Happy New Year, YouTube. Thanks so much for stopping by. This is going to be the first episode of the 2021 year. Last year, so many people jumped on the plant bandwagon. People wanted to have plants that were home alone, and plants kind of gave them something to do. Even though there were still people who decided that they weren't going to get plants because they were afraid that they were going to kill them, in essence that they had a brown thumb and that everything they touched pretty much died. And I've got to say, in every plant journey, it is trial and error. I've killed my fair share of plants and still continue to. I'm not proud of it, but at the same time, it happens to be a fact. But today I want to show you 8 plants, that's not 8 plants that don't require a ton of care. These are plants that we're watering once a week or even every 3 weeks or once a month that you can start with, that are low maintenance, and you don't have to water them every day. They don't need tons of love and care from you. They will look beautiful in your home, and they'll start to give you that sense of confidence that you need in order to kind of foray out into other plants, to start kind of experimenting with other plants. The first plant that I want to talk to you about is this. It is the peace lily. The peace lilies come in a variety of sizes. This happens to be a small peace lily that I have. I have different sizes. This plant is awesome. It tells you when it wants to be watered. I water these plants about once a week and they're fine. Got them facing a southeast window, and this plant actually is below like the entertainment center, so it's not getting tons of light, and as you can see, it's green and it's doing its thing. It's pretty okay. But this is the peace lily, and I think with peace lily, the scientific name is Spathiphyllum, but as I will tell you, when you go to the store to purchase a plant and you say, I'd like a peace lily, no one is gonna ask you for the Latin name, so don't worry about it. So this is the peace lily, super easy. Water requirements, like I said, I do it once a week. They produce these beautiful white flowers. I'm going to show you another variety of peace lily I have. I just got this guy in August. So once you see this white flower, you're like, oh, I've seen these before. You'll often see them in offices. Again, very easy to take care of. You'll see the brown tips on this. It's because I got it in August. I was a little neglectful and I wasn't watering it properly. As I mentioned earlier and said that they tell you when they're ready to get watered, this plant and the other one, when you have it planted, you'll notice all the leaves start to kind of like droop. They'll just kind of fall down, and once you put water in it, poof, it pops right back up. So this is the peace lily, super easy to take care of. I have them in a variety of lights. This one is maybe 2 or 3 feet away from a window, and it's doing fine. The other one I told you was below an entertainment center. I have others that are further away from the light, and they're also doing well. So that's peace lily number 1. The next plant that I have for you is the Swedish ivy, and that is called the Plectranthus verticulatus. Again, don't worry about the Latin name. This is a Swedish ivy. This is another plant that I think is amazing for sharing. I actually got this from one of my teacher friends, my friend. She gave me 3 pieces. You put it in water, let them, it's gonna grow roots. You take a little piece, it's gonna grow roots, and then you'll have another plant. This plant I've actually had to cut back. I just cut some and I've given to other friends. Water requirements for this plant, I water it about once a week. This plant is a plant that I have gone a week or even 2 weeks without watering. This is another plant that's gonna just start looking really sad, and the minute you see that, you're just like, hey, let me put some water, and then it bounces right back. But it's a beautiful ivy. It just continues to go and go and go, and you just have to cut it back sometimes because it gets to be a lot. This, again, big sharing plant. I have it up against a northwest facing window. It is in my kitchen, and it's right against the window, and this is what it's doing. It's pretty healthy, it's pretty happy, and again, I cannot say enough, this is a sharing plant. And I love sharing plants because you can swap with friends, you can kind of share the plant love, right? The third plant I have for you is the snake plant. Love this plant because this is another plant that you put it in a pot, you put it in a corner, and you water it maybe every 3 weeks. I water it when I water the ZZ. This plant is near a southeast facing window, but on the floor. So it's not getting the sun directly to it, it's a lower down. It's doing really well. I got this plant, I think, during one of my rescue plant missions, and with very little care, this plant is actually producing a pup. I don't know if you can see it. See that? And again, water every 3 weeks or so. Doesn't need a lot of love. Just put it in a corner. It is kind of self-sustaining. It'll do what it wants. It'll take care of itself. All right. So this is the snake plant. Oh, and I forgot to give you the scientific name, which is Dracaena trifasciata. Dracaena trifasciata, beautiful snake plant. You'll notice beautiful like lime yellow stripe, and then this kind of like zebra-ish looking pattern. Very nice, very beautiful. You can have an easy to take care plant that's also very striking in your home. My next plant that I want to show you is the the gold dust Dracaena. This happens to be one of my favorite plants on the planet. This guy I've only had maybe 6 months, and I'll show you one that I had older. This is a plant, again, I water maybe every 2 weeks. I used to water it once a week. It was okay, but it's fine. We're going completely dry. It'll take every 2 weeks. The beauty of this plant is just the leaves. If you notice how beautiful the leaves are, they're like spotted. They just bring like a beautiful pop of color to your home. The name for this is Dracaena circulosa. Very low maintenance. I have this plant in my bedroom, and that is a northwest facing window as well. Again, watering requirements about maybe once every 2 weeks, and it's fine, or 1.5 weeks, but every 2 weeks it doesn't mind. It'll do well. I have another version of it, and I've had that plant. Another thing that I wanted to mention about that plant is they grow very slowly. So I've had this plant for about 2 years. When I got this plant, I had this long piece, and I think I may have had this one. And within the past year, it's grown these 2 additional shoots. Beautiful, beautiful plant. It just, again, the color, those little spots. This is a plant, as I mentioned with the other one, I water about every 2 weeks, and it's fine. It's okay being dry. You can do it a little bit more frequently. I used to water once a week, and it was fine. My watering day is Saturday. I think I've said that like 3 million times. The next plant, one of the easiest plants to take care of, is the ZZ plant. The ZZ plant, this happens to be a what is this? A raven ZZ, so the leaves are black. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna put that up close a little bit. Then there's also this, which is the green ZZ. I have both of of them. This is an awesome plant. Most people consider this plant something that you water when you pay your rent or when you pay your mortgage. I water these guys about once every 3 weeks, and they're fine. In terms of the need for light, minimal. I have this plant in a dark corner. It's about maybe 20 feet away from a window, and it barely gets any light. And as you can see, it is putting out new shoots, it's got new leaves, and it's thriving. And again, minimal light. This guy was below a window, so it's not directly getting any light, and as you can see, it's doing well. I have also cut from this plant to give away, and that's the beauty of this plant also, that I want to say it's one of the what I call my sharing plants. Once a friend has this or you have it, you can definitely swap and share with another friend. Just cutting. Word of wisdom is that if you think that you're gonna cut it and put it in the ground and in a week or two you're gonna have a new plant, the ZZ takes about a month or so once you propagate it. And I might do a video just showing you exactly how long it takes and what to do. So this is the ZZ plant. Oh gosh, I forgot to give you the Latin name, and that is a Zimiculus. It's a Zimicula. Next plant. Let's see. I've got a thing here going. Oh wow! So this plant is called a succulent, and here it is. This is called the fairy washboard, and it's also I think under the Haworthia category, Latin category. It's like this weird plant. Like when I think of I think of Klingons. I don't know. I guess I'm a Trekkie. I don't know. So very thick leaves. They're hard actually. This plant hardly needs any help from you. It'll just stay there looking great. I have it close to a not close. I have it by a southeast facing window, and it is about 6 feet away from a southeast facing window, and it's kind of shaded, so it's against the wall, and it's doing fine. I've had it in a sunnier spot before. It did well. This plant is a plant that's pretty strong. It doesn't need a lot of intervention from you. In this particular pot, I pour a little bit of water in once every 2 weeks, and it's okay. As you can see, it's doing fine. It's growing additional pups all around. I can't wait until they get a little bigger, and then I might transplant them out. But this is the Haworthia. Very simple to take care of. You don't even have to worry about it. We're getting to close to the end here. This is an aloe plant. It's a version of an aloe plant. To tell you the truth, I don't know exactly what species of aloe this is. I know it's an aloe plant, but I have aloes in my window, right up against the window, and it's doing fine. And this one is not too far from the Haworthia, and it's also doing fine. With this, again, every 2 weeks, just a little drop of water and it's fine. Obviously with a bigger aloe, you're gonna put a little bit more water, but they're okay going a week or 2 weeks without water. If you like to travel, the Haworthia, the aloe, and the snake plant are great plants for travelers. Go, come back, they're okay. The final plant is, you've seen this plant everywhere, and that is the Pothos. As you can see, this one is in water. This actual piece was in my classroom, and I had decided that I was going to pot it. I never did, and it's continued to live. It's even making new leaves, and it's got a ton of roots. So I will be putting it in a pot at some point, but I'm in no hurry. And also, if you don't have the time, you can do that as well. Another big thing with Pothos, it's one of those sharing plants, right? So if a friend has one, you can ask them to cut you a piece, put it in water, and pretty soon you have a plant. You'll have a plant. You see I have a couple there too. This is my little yogurt cup. I put it in here, and this plant is doing okay. So I think that's it. I think you have it. I've given you 8 plants: the snake plant, the Swedish ivy, the peace lily, the gold dust Dracaena, Pothos, Haworthia, Aloe, ZZ, and that's it. I think those are 8. So I'm hoping that you have an amazing plant journey and that you can start off with one of these wonderful plants, super low maintenance. Okay, so now that we're in 2021, we're going to forget about this whole brown thumb and I can't let a plant survive thing, right? If you have any questions, as always, reach out. I am in no way, shape, or form a plant expert. Like I told you, I still kill plants. Yeah. So just if you like the content, just press the like button and the subscribe button, and I'll be putting out more videos about indoor plants and of course my very love, which is the outdoor space. So happy new year, have a great year. Thank you so much for stopping by, and get that green thumb. All right, bye. I've mentioned a couple of times, northwest facing windows, southwest facing windows. To know which direction you are in or your window is in, just use a compass on your phone. I know when I first started, I was just like, I didn't know and I didn't think to use a compass. So maybe you guys are brighter than me, but definitely use the compass on your phone and it will show you which direction your light is coming from. So I just want to thank you so much for the time to watch this video. Happy New Year. Here's to a green thumb this year. That's it. All right. Bye.